GameHunch.
Welcome to the first ever podcast of GameHunch.
Yeah, today we're going to be talking about Battlefield Bad Company 2 straight off the bat. Tim.
We're going to talk about why the campaign really sucks,
Yeah.
but the multiplayer owns.
Yeah, it's one of the best around, especially in the market today.
Okay? The campaign,
Yeah.
why it sucks.
Yeah, you start off very confused because you're in World War II fighting against the Japanese towards the end of the World War II. And a bit of a spoiler, but you just play through the mission and then at the end it blows up. You know, it just doesn't make any sense really.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, it doesn't seem to add much to the storyline anyway. There's no point in it.
Yeah, unless you've read up about the story or really get into it, you know, interested in it, it's not going to make any sense to you.
No.
Story should really grab you, you know?
Yeah, and for this reason, that's one part of why it sucks.
Yeah, another thing is, especially in the early missions, is the greenery. Yeah, it's just all the same, you know, artificial green. It looks very bland and boring and
unrealistic.
Exactly. So
because, you know, a lot of games now look much better.
Yeah, I mean, they really should have put more effort and time into that.
But then on the desert missions, it does look a lot
I quite
better.
like the deserts, yeah. I really do like the desert look that they've made. Moving on to the story, it's okay.
It could be better.
Yeah, it's not great. They've really toned down the voice acting on this one, in my opinion. The
Yeah.
first one was hilarious, you know, always funny.
I've heard other podcasts where they said, oh, they've done a better job than in the first one. But I think it's a lot worse.
Yeah,
Because the first one had humour in it, and I like that.
yeah. There's hardly any humor. There's like, I didn't laugh at all. The first one was much better in
No.
terms of laughter. You know, if you wanna, it should be action. You laugh a bit, more action.
Yeah, because like the first one, it was quite light-hearted. But then this one, it really isn't.
No.
It's much more action-based.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I don't think it really works for Battlefield.
No, I mean,
Maybe
Yeah.
they haven't really concentrated on the campaign so much. But moving on to the multiplayer,
which I think they must have spent ages doing.
the sound effects team, you've really got to admire them for the multiplayer sounds. You know, it just sounds amazing. All the helicopters flying past, the guns going past your face, into your face.
The tanks walking, the tanks moving past you. You get the shot through your controller as it moves past.
Yeah.
I like that because it's like, oh, I'm there.
Yeah, what's always excited me about the first one and the second one, you'd be hiding in a bush, then a giant tank comes past you with loads of infantry behind you. You just really hope you don't get spotted. You know, it's really scary stuff. It's a really good experience. You actually feel a bit of fear. You know, it's just great. It's really good
You
experience.
feel as if you're actually in the battle zone.
Yeah, especially with the I can't remember what the map's called. Is that desert one? You know what I'm talking about?
There's a few desert ones.
But anyway, there's just tanks coming past you all the time. You can snipe. You can be in a tank. You can fly a helicopter. It's
You can go around reviving people if you're a medic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, talking about that, the classes. You get 4 main classes: assault, medic, engineer, and
Recon.
That's the one. I don't really like the recon to say much because the one thing that's realistic about it, but it's quite annoying, is the bullets actually falling as you shoot, which is quite annoying when you try and shoot someone from really far away and you just keep on hitting them in the arm.
Yeah.
It's not great, but obviously that's for the realism, and a lot of people can judge it very well. I'm just not very good at judging it, so I just stick to my reviving people.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine for everything, really.
Yeah.
I mean, all the classes have their own individual thing, but I think my favourite one is the engineer, because you get to like fix your tank or whatever.
Yeah, that you're basically indestructible. You and a friend, as long as you got your mic on, if you got a friend with you in a tank, you could just say, "Oh, fix me now quickly," and then basically you're indestructible. It's really good fun.
Because you
But
can look after each other.
the best thing I'd have to say about the multiplayer is the C4.
Yeah,
There's so many things you can do with
We
it.
found that the C4 was brilliant.
Yeah, every other game you like C4 doesn't really, you know, it's not great. It's much, you know, like in Modern Warfare 2 I would have used a trip mine. You know, in this game there's anti-tank mine, but the actual C4, there's so many things you can do with it. It's so entertaining, like throw it on the tank, blows up. But what I kept on doing was either getting in a Jeep or a little
Quad bike. Yeah.
Yeah. Stick all the C4 around it or on the front. Just jump off just before you see a tank or a person. You just blow the hell out of them, you know?
Yeah, because it carries on moving for a little bit because you just quickly jumped off already. And then it's moving down the hill or whatever. And then you just watch, pull that trigger,
they
and
really
then it goes boom!
They just really wonder what you're doing, you know? It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant. A couple of bad things, though. The knifing, you know?
Yeah, the knifing is really rubbish, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was like that in the first one. I thought they should have fixed that, but it's not like a problem for it's not like a bug, but it's just something really, really annoying. As you go to knife someone, the response is slow. I mean, the actual bullets actually travel slow as well, I think. When you're actually shooting at someone,
Really?
it takes a long time to kill them, and then you kill them, and then it takes a long time for them to fall down, you know?
Okay.
So I really don't think they did well on that basis. But those are the only holes I can pick. Apart from that, it's just 10 out of 10 for multiplayer, you know?
Yeah, and then I think we can say maybe 7 or 8 for the campaign.
Yeah, it was quite good, but, you know,
It was fun, but repetitive, and
Yeah.
it just got boring towards the end.
Yeah, and there was no freedom, it's just A to B, and that's it. So I think overall I'd give it, say, like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Very good game. Main multiplayer based, that's all I'm playing right now. Never going to go back to the campaign.
Fair enough. Okay, so that's the end of this episode, and join us again for another game.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe.